Hip hop give me everything. It's not you against me. I didn't make the system. I learned more about Black identity in Malmö. If you want to understand the present, you need to go back to the past. Just research a little bit and go out of your reality, because there is many realities. I'm also a victim of the system. I'm also fighting the system inside me and outside me, because this is the worst thing, I have seen in Sweden. People in hip-hop community who don't like immigrants.
Ännu en gång så är vi tillbaka och ni lyssnar och kollar på podden Fördu. Mitt namn är Daniel. Jag sitter här med Talla. För er som inte vet så är vi i samarbete med Arena 305 och Malmö stad. Och i den här podden så kommer vi prata om afrofobi och islamofobi helt enkelt. Och vi kommer ju såklart träffa diverse artister som delar bakgrunder som kanske har påverkats av just de här ämnena och de här begreppen. Vi kommer också försöka förklara vad de här begreppen betyder. Vi kommer ta den här podden på engelska för alla er som inte vet. Vi kommer försöka lägga lite text för er som har lite för svårt att förstå och begrepp och annat. Så det kommer stå lite där vad som faktiskt händer. Så det är bara att hänga med så bäst som ni kan. Och idag så har vi med oss en artist som har satt in, alltså verkligen så, gjort sin grej när det kommer till dansen i Malmö och dansen världen över. Hon är 2 gånger om, inte en, utan 2 gånger om Red Bull Dance Your Style vinnare, Afric B-girl in the house.
Woo!
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
For those that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're originally from Venezuela.
Yes, I'm a bigger Mononoke from Venezuela. I have been dancing since I was a kid, and then I started to connect more with the hip-hop since I was 16 years. So I can say 15 years. I moved to Sweden 7 years ago.
But tell us a little bit, you said that you just started 16 years ago with the hip-hop. Tell us how that started. Why?
Because of Tupac. My older brother is a rapper, one of the old school rappers from my country in Venezuela. Since I was a kid, I always saw him with the friends, and my family, they are old school, they have old school mentality. So for me, he was the most nice person in the family because he was different. He dressed different and he'd do something different. And then when I grow, I remember by accident, I came to his room and then I see a Tupac CD.
Which CD? If you remember.
No, I don't remember the name. But if I saw the picture, I know which one.
Okay.
But
That one.
No, it's just his face. It's just his face. In that moment, I didn't have internet in my house. It was more like you had to go to the cyber cafe and pay for internet. So I went there and researched about Tupac. And I was impressed by everything I saw. So I decided that I wanted to write. I wanted to do rap. Some rappers in my country that I know very well because of my brother, actually they was really good on the rhythms, on the lyrics, but I saw that what they do in the real life, it wasn't what they said in the lyrics.
They were lying.
Yes, they were lying.
Okay. Yeah.
They talk really good and the public is, but I knew them and I knew they didn't have that values. We were talking about loyalty, but then I saw other things. So I was like, this is not what I was thinking.
You felt deceived.
You felt deceived, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like, this is not what I expect. They don't talking what they really are. So I meet people doing breaking and then I start to do break. And I forgot about writing and everything.
Okay.
So it was the negative aspect that drew you away from writing.
Yes, it was. Maybe I was a kid. I was too small to understand. Let's say I was very critic, even with myself. So it's just that I saw them talking about family and loyalty, for example, and then I saw them after the concert and their wife left, cheating with other girls. So I was like, bro, you're talking about loyalty and these things. People is clapping because you say the name of your daughter. And then you are sitting in the night. These kind of things, betray when they are friends with other friends or stuff like that. And I was too small. I didn't understood. I was just like, okay, this is not for me. Or maybe it was a lot of months and it was not too many women to me to feel connected, you know? So I felt like I didn't like the energy. So I just say like, this is not for me. And I started to just dance.
So what was it that got you into dancing? How did it start, your whole dancing career?
I started because my other brother asked me, he wanted to go to the best university in Caracas, and he wanted to go to see how he can register. And then when we came, I see people dancing, breaking, and I never see it before in my life. So I say to my brother, like, can I wait for you here, please? At the end, he let me wait. So when he came, I was already talking with them. I was asking them how to do. And then one of the guys, he was about to start a school. So he told me to come. And then I came. But at the end, you have to pay. So I didn't come anymore. 6 months after, I was surprised by his call. And then he said, like, why you're not coming? And I lie a lot. At the end, I say, you know what? I have 8 brothers and sisters, and my mom have no money to pay your classes, so I cannot come anymore. And then he was like, I want to teach you for free because I think you are talented. And actually, I came, but I was too hyperactive. I remember it was a workshop with some biggers and b-boys from USA. And that workshop, it was just for advanced level.
Okay.
I was a beginner, but he bring me in. And it was a bigger, her name is Bigger Rockefeller, one of the first biggers also in the world. But she has an afro, and she has the same space on the tip. So when she looked at me, she told me, like, you know, I cannot have kids, but I know that in case I have one, it's going to look exactly like you. And so she focused a lot on me during the class, and she told me, like, if you keep dancing, I will bring you one day to USA. So that's the real reason why I focus on breaking.
You were like, oh.
The place where I'm coming from is very hardcore. I will never, ever believe I'm going to even go to the country next to me. Since that day, I start to dance every day. And my teacher, he never worried anymore about my hyperactivity, you know, because I was just there every day.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I really focus on breaking, and not because it was USA. For me, it was just like about to travel and to see the place that I watch in the movies.
Somewhere down the line, you actually got passion from it, because initially you said it was so you could travel, but somewhere it became passion. Can you explain when the passion came in?
She inspired me a lot because we look very similar in a physical way, but also because it was the first time I saw a woman doing power move, being so dope in different dance styles. And I really wanted to be like her, and I wanted to be like my teacher, because my teacher is a really good human too. My family, from my mom, all them are musicians.
So you're from a musical family?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I have it, this energy of doing something. It's because I had a lot of energy, and nothing was enough to put this energy on. I tried to do graffiti. I learned, I write books, like of different letters. I write music, and then I did cycle as a sport, but I was like here, and there. Breaking was the only one that took a lot from my energy. It was something different, because when I saw this woman, I was like surprised. Wow, I can also do all these things. And my teacher started to show me other women that really inspire me a lot. So I can say that one of the first things, because I feel this passion, it was when I saw women doing it really good. And then I started to believe more in myself.
Because that was the type of representation that you felt was lacking from the hip-hop scene.
Yeah, and maybe I didn't knew at that time that we had this lack of inspiration or women in the community. But I can just realize now that in that moment, the biggest that was in my country, in every battle, they fight. But real fights, you know? So they really didn't inspire me. I was afraid. I didn't want it to be like them. And everything was more superficial, because in Latin America, it was more about this. It wasn't my preference when I was 16 to show more this side of, or I don't know, women just fighting against each other. So when I see this, it was the first woman who I saw, and I was really impressed, like, wow.
You're saying that the way she looked inspired you as well, like she almost mirrored the way you look.
Yes.
Did you feel lack of representation of people that looked like you growing up?
Yes, and more in Venezuela, where I tried to understand in different ways. This thing about Miss Universe really destroyed the minds of many women. In Venezuela, you should have long black hair. And I think this is also coming from indigenous, that you can see I bring this one because of that. This is like what I feel I am. I'm a mix between indigenous and the black heritage, black people. We have a lot of drama, telenovelas. So when you see black people in there, it's always they are doing a funny character. When they almost choose a black Miss Venezuelan. So maybe this woman was the whole process with the afro. And as a kid, I can be happy, like, oh, look, she's going to the final. But then in the final, they just destroyed her hair. We didn't have too much way how to empower ourselves also.
How did that feel growing up?
Oh, it feels bad, to be honest, because we had the problem in my country, if I can say, is different from Colombia, from Brazil, from Dominican Republic, is that we joke a lot. And people can be telling you in your face you are fucking ugly, but in a joke.
Like
it's like a
for
joke.
real.
Yeah, it's not for real.
So when people say, "Joe, it's not good what you are telling to this guy," it's like, come on, I just say a joke.
Yeah.
Did you feel bad? You don't feel bad, right? Because it's just a joke. So people don't accept that we have cultural racism in Venezuela. You know, so I grow all my life with people saying jokes about my hair in the school, and it's very normal that people gonna tell you like you cannot has a boyfriend that it's the same skin color like you or not darker. You know, you need the race need to become better. We heard this a lot.
Purify the race.
Yes, you need to do this. And even from black people. You know, in my dad's side, I have aunts, uncles, they are black. All my dad family didn't like my mom because she's dark skin. I never feel like equal in any place. Not in the school, not in my family, not in anywhere. Because in the family, I saw when my other cousins come to some uncles like, oh, can I have an ice cream? Yes, of course, you can have. And then I come, oh, can I have an ice cream? Oh, you get out of here.
In your family?
Yes. And also everyone straight the hair. This is the most common. Even today, it's a lot of discussions in social media about it. And still you can see comments from all the people who say, come on, Venezuelan, we are not racist, are white. Or not white. They are not even white. They think they are white.
Yeah.
But they are just light skin.
So unfortunately, it's the same false idealization of the Western community. You know, the whiter you are, the more beautiful you are.
Yeah.
It sounds like when you were telling us earlier about the passion and the motivation that you got from dancing, did you feel like maybe that was a way to actually be yourself and maybe express yourself?
I never let my afro out. I was always doing twist. I didn't know how to take care of my hair, actually. But one day I didn't fix my hair so well, and it was hard for me to put the cap to spin. So my hair was out. And then when my teacher, he looked at me, he said, this is your real hair. And I said, yes. He said, like this, it's amazing. It's super beautiful. And then I was like, he's crazy. And he was like, yo, why you never let your hair be? It's super beautiful and blah, blah, blah. Then when I came to my house, I was thinking about it. You are 18 years old, and it's first time someone telling you your hair is beautiful.
It's a long time.
It's a long time, and it was hard to process. But because of that, I let my afro. And then more people started to say, you know, in the neighborhood, even like wow, your hair is so it's so beautiful. And even my neighborhood, it's then girls, and this like they say gangster, I don't know how to say criminals. They never stole my things because they always call me Bob Marley. You know, they have no knowledge about anything, but they saw my afro, and when I walk, they say, "Hey, Bob Marley, how are you?" And I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm good, thank you." It was some people making jokes. And it was hard because when I many times wanted to kill people because people can scream things like, hey, crusty, or hey, we are not in carnival. But the worst thing someone told me, he was like, oh my God, if you have this in the top, how is down?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, right? I was like, motherfucker. I said, God, thanks. I have not a gun because I will be now an assassin. But even like this, I let my afro be.
You were talking about jokes before, and it felt more like microaggressions that inflicted on your character of who you were and your background. How did hip-hop help you cope with those things?
Wow. Hip-hop give me everything. Because give me something to have the power to say, even if I wasn't part of this, but I felt part of this. So I say, we did this. This is beautiful. And this is coming from what? From racist. This is coming from Black Panthers. So I read the books of Black Panthers. It gave me identity. I was super happy and sad because I was super angry in the moment. I was super happy that Black Panthers existed. and the whole process they did. Many people talk about hip-hop born because Kulgu Herc, because of the parties. I read that actually hip-hop born exactly when Black Panthers, it was dissolved.
Exactly, in 70s.
Because they was expressing in that moment. They have radios, they have different places where they meet and talk and they exchange and they protect themselves and they was organized. And when all of this was destroyed, people still they had the need to express, and that's how the first rhythms or the first songs that after was called rap born. This is the way how I feel hip hop give me identity.
7 years ago you moved to Sweden.
Yes.
So tell us everything. Why? How? How do you feel about Sweden?
I was traveling different countries in South America. I was working. My dream was to come to Europe and battle and go to the biggest events. But also it's connected with some political problems in my country. We had to move. My partner, he has family here. They moved here also because other political problems 30 years ago. So that's why we also choose to move to Sweden.
So did you feel that you could find the same type of comfort or community in Sweden like you had in Latin America?
It's totally different. And definitely it's a travel. I'm still like traveling because I'm start to live in a new country, new language. I didn't know English. I didn't know Swedish. I came here and I learned English here in Sweden because of hip hop. There is many people who is moving to Sweden and it's take very long to learn how to talk because they have no friends, because it's very hard to socialize. And we know that. But because of hip hop, I meet a lot of people that even if I didn't know how to talk, they forced me to talk. We talk through Google Translate. We just feel the energies. And I wasn't afraid to try and say bad things with bad pronunciation. But it's not the same. It's different, but I have learned a lot. And I try to focus on the positive things. We have a lot of difference, but a lot of similarities too.
You spoke about encountering a lot of racism growing up, or at least microaggressions, and to the point that you felt like you had to hide your true identity from hiding your hair and everything. Did you encounter anything similar in Sweden?
No, in that way. Because one of the reasons is because in the law, you cannot. The only difference I feel is sometimes, so when I have the afro, I feel many people is looking at me. So if I walk in triangle, people can just, like this too much.
In a negative or positive way?
No, I think it's in a positive way. I think people enjoy because we have a lot of African girls here. Many of them have very beautiful afro, but they always have braids or wigs. So I think people can be curious. And there is always the person that's going to say, like, hey, it's so beautiful. And you are like, okay, but, you don't need to touch. I think your eyes are beautiful and I will not touch them, like.
Would you say that you feel represented more here? Do you see people that look like you more in your field than you did in Venezuela?
Yes and no. Like I can say sama. Yeah. Because even when everything going on in Venezuela, many people like me, but not maybe empower. One of my friends, and we had very important discussion when the thing with George Floyd happened. She is from Gambia. I was thinking we was really good friends, and then she said a comment like, because the people with your skin color. I was a little bit disturbed, and then I just asked like, what do you mean? And she was like, yeah, because you're not black. And I was like, yeah, so what I am. Then she bring me this question. Identity. I did a lot of research because the history of black people in South America is different from the people in USA and from the black people in Europe. I think when we are black, we need to learn the history because we have been like this in the whole world. Spanish people took African people to South America. We mix with indigenous, with Arabic people, we mix with the whole world. So today you want to tell me I'm not black, and I'm not white, and I'm not indigenous, and I'm not this, and so what I am. I consider myself a black person, even if people telling me I'm not because I'm not dark skinned. Why you don't research about the roots of black people in Latin America, for example?
Exactly.
We also have an history. And it's a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing. We talk. I say to her, she exchanged with me her experience. I didn't knew about light skin, dark skin. I learned it that day. And also I understood that it's true. In USA, if you see representation of black people, if you see there is just few dark skin. So there is a limit of black you can be to be able to be in Hollywood. So if you have light skin, it's okay. If you're dark skin, no. So I learned about this, I didn't knew. So I understood from where her pain is coming from. But it's not me, it's not you against me. I didn't make the system. No. I'm also a victim of the system. I'm also fighting the system inside me and outside me. I learned more about black identity in Malmö.
You stress the importance of learning that you always research. What would you say to the younger generation?
If you want to understand the present, you need to go back to the past. Just research a little bit and go out of your reality, because there is many realities. To research in the history is the most important thing in life, because the history that is telling is not the real history.
Yes.
I have also some friends, younger, and they came to Sweden or to Europe, and they feel they want to be black, but they can't. Like, they want to be like me. They want to be everything I am, because I'm black, because I have flow, because I have this. So from the beginning, you come with the ego, because I'm black, I'm better. But I understand this because I was there when after I read Black Panther's book.
The anger.
The anger.
Yeah.
You know. I know from where they are coming from. So what I'm trying to do is to teach. It's not us against us again. But I can say that research in the history for me is the most important thing. It can be reading, it can be documentaries, it can be even today we have TikTok and shorts, and you can find really good accounts. And maybe what they are saying is not the pure history, but maybe half. If you really want to know who you are, you need to research about the history and your own family and your own ancestors. So I think it's very important to don't make the young generation forget about the history.
Maybe this is a hard or a big question, but what would you say is the biggest difference between living here and, living in Venezuela, especially as your background, both your identity, who you are, but also in your career as a dancer, as an artist?
The hunger is one of the difference. We are very different in the dance perspective. And I think maybe the similarity is that we all love this, even if we have different perceptions or if we come from different backgrounds. One of the things I learned a lot in the dance, regarding dance here, is that there is a space for everyone. And when I came, for me, I didn't understood. We practice hard in Venezuela. We practice to achieve something. I have a goal, I go and practice. And there is no joke with the practice, But here people go to feel, do it for themselves. We also did for ourselves a lot, the feeling that we have to prove. I have to prove to my family, I have to prove to society, I have to prove to myself that I can do this, that I can be better. And because everything is bad, what you have surround you, you give everything for this dance. And it's not like I'm gonna go through the pain, learning new move, just for fun. Also because all the things we are living there, we need to have too much to express, too much. And it's like you are coming from a neighborhood, maybe is living 3,000 people. Boys are gangsters, women are the women of the gangsters. And they're gangsters too, So, and you started to do breaking. So you feel that you have the responsibility to do great, to go as far as you can, to travel the world, to win competitions in Europe, here and there. So one child in your neighborhood gonna say, this woman do this. So I want to do the same. So it's a responsibility. In Venezuela, we have one of the best classic orchestra, Simon Bolivar, and they opened a door from before for many kids. But if we talk regarding breaking, in my neighborhood, I was one of the first, and then I was in the TV commercials, and then all the girls and boys in my neighborhood, they was super happy. And in that moment, I was one of the only persons who did something different from everybody else in the neighborhood that just drink alcohol every weekend, shots, guns, drugs. narco traffic. When I moved to Sweden, I didn't understood how people just do for fun, and I didn't understood that you meet dance, you meet hip hop in the club. For me, it was very hard to understand. I meet hip hop in the street. I think this is some difference, but I think the similarities is definitely that we all love this, to dance.
You spoke about being an inspiration from your neighborhood and seeing these little kids seeing you on commercials, seeing you everywhere, and you being something different compared to everything that was going on. How do you deal with that kind of pressure? Sometimes it can be a pressure that you have to represent something well. How did you deal with that, and how do you deal with it still? Because people look up to you here as well.
I don't feel too much pressure. I maybe feel like responsibility to act good. Responsibility with myself, to be honest with everything I'm doing, with the people I meet, and to act good as a human. But my teacher, he teach me for free. I need to do same. I need to give back. I cannot only take. You know, hip hop give me a lot. This is also a big difference in the dance community. I feel many people here doing for themselves. And it's not the same if I do a battle, if I'm doing the battle for people saying, yes, she did this even. That's why I say, like, I don't feel the pressure because no one put me this responsibility. No one told me you have to do this or that. It's more that I see the example of people in my country that start with this before me. They open doors for Venezuelans, b-boys and b-girls in Europe. So I say I want to do same. And I want to represent my ghetto, and I want to people see she coming from there. No one expects she going to do nothing, but she did. So maybe today many of these kids think I'm nothing, but tomorrow you don't know where it's going to bring you, because I was also there yesterday.
Are you still in contact with your teacher from back home?
Yes. He has never told me I'm doing good.
Has it?
No.
even when he sees you winning all these awards.
Yeah, when I won the Red Bull, he told me, you are getting better. But because he is a lot against ego and against things. And when I was a beginner, I battled and people was like, wow, you're really good. So I get confused about I was really good. And he told me, you're not. He was the only one telling me the truth. Then one day I asked him, I said, bro, you are against me. Like, everybody supporting me, everybody telling me I'm dope, and you're not. And he said, like, yeah, so if everybody telling you are dope, what do you say? What do you think? I'm like, I'm going to feel good. And he said, what if people say you are the worst? So I was like, I'm going to feel bad. So he told me, yeah, so you need to put everything in the same level.
Not to let people define you.
If people telling you are good, that you kill it, you have to know if you really kill it or not. Because if you only take the good compliments here, your ego gonna grow before, and you're gonna believe that you're killing it before you're really killing it. And if people telling you a lot of bad things and you take it as a true, your autoesteem gonna go down. So if people telling you are the worst, you need to have it here. And if people tell you are the best, you need to have it in the same level. I think like there is difference between masters and teachers. And for me, he is a master for life.
Yeah.
You know, I think he can see more things in me that I cannot.
He sounds like a great teacher and mentor
Yes.
that actually wants your best, you know, that
Yes.
actually wants you to always strive towards being the best version of yourself every day.
Yes.
And it's such a beautiful distinction and such a unique perspective on, you know, people here doing it for their own ego, you know, and you having totally different reasons. I mean, you actually put like words on this topic in such a beautiful way, because I absolutely agree with you. And I think lots and lots and lots of people also would do that, because I feel like if you do something without actually understanding the meaning of it, you know, or having like an honest like reason to do it as you have, you know, you're never going to reach your full potential. So what would you say to these people?
I don't have the truth. So I cannot say they are doing wrong because they want to grow their ego, because maybe they don't even know they want to grow their ego. It's something conscious. This is not my words, and I just heard from this week. We had this really good Malmö Dance Week, and they bring Brian Polite. He's one of the old school house dancers from USA. And then he said, because he has this also club culture from New York, he has many people from Europe coming to USA wanted to learn from him. He say like, be honest, because many people is like, no, I want to learn this because I love this, because blah, blah. But no, you want to learn this because you want money. You want to do this because you want the community respecting you. You are doing this because you want to be an influence, or for what? So I think the most important, like he said, and I feel inspired, is that to be honest. But this is my personal perspective. You cannot just take, and build yourself, you know, all your life, your trajectory, your career from hip-hop, and never give nothing, and even be racist. Because this is the worst thing, I have seen in Sweden. People in hip-hop community who don't like immigrants. For me, this is super fake, and I can be more like not agree. I try to be a peaceful person, but when I saw this, I can be more hardcore, like clear. This is like this. If you don't like immigrants, go and do ballet. Or research your folkloric dance, but don't even try to do hip-hop. Don't try to call yourself b-boy or bigger. I'm not saying it's everybody, and it's not even a lot, you know, but there is some people who is not afraid to show, you know, like even asking me or Arturo, what you gonna do? You're gonna bring all Venezuelans to Malmö. Just because other two b-boys choose to move to Sweden. You know, I didn't buy his tickets. I didn't invite them. I didn't tell them come to my house. They just decide to move to Sweden, and somehow they relate with us, and it's like, you want to colonize Malmö with Venezuelan people. How you, being a b-boy, can do this kind of comments and jokes or whatever about this? I don't understand how. There is a lot of people who is in the hip-hop community, and they are actually against immigrants.
You just said something that's very, very wild. About people being racist but still practicing hip-hop and being very dishonest, I should say, because you spoke about honesty in the craft and everything. Did you ever experience someone in a position of power being racist, like a judge or something like that during your time in Sweden?
With power, yes, but not judging or something like that. But the way how they do, I feel, is not straight. Let's say a competition, and you know that this judge right here does not like immigrants. How do you internalize? I don't go. I learned in Venezuela that if you don't like the judges, don't battle. Because then you complain. If you lost, you can, no, it's because the judge don't know how to judge, or it's because the judge this, or it's because the judge that, and that's not professional too. So I prefer to don't go, so I don't complain. In Venezuela, even where people is also kind of hardcore, it's hard when you are too straight. But here more, because people hide a lot, what they really feel. And if you say this is happening, they can even make you look like a crazy. From where are you saying this? Because I did nothing. Like from where? So it's hard to explain. I'm just trying to don't go because I already know. Okay, this person has internal problem. It's not me. It's their own internal problems.
So what are your plans for the future? How do you feel like your career could be moving forward here? What are your goals?
You know, my dream, I want to open the first Venezuelan restaurant in Sweden. I hope I can do it, but this is one of my dreams. I also want to go to university. I want to study in Lund University. I want to study nanotechnology. And this is the first time, maybe because I'm getting older, that I start to think about stability and make money in different ways. One of the things I want to do is to create my own performance. I want to do a solo, maybe 20-30 minutes theater performance, where I want to express maybe many of the things I have talked here today. And this performance, I think it's gonna be more educational, connected with feelings that I hope can also maybe teach and leave some questions. Regarding dance, this is one of my goals. But I also want to travel more, want to go to all style battles in all Europe and breaking battles.
Do you feel like Sweden is like a good country to actually be a professional dancer in the long run?
I think yes, because even if in the systematical way there is a lot of holes or things, but in the cultural way, I think there is a lot of support. I'm just learning now, 7 years after, but there is a lot of things you can do with dance, and I'm very happy with that.
How do you feel we can empower young Black women to move forward within dance or anything? Do you feel like there's a platform or a way that we can help them or inspire them?
I think one of the first thing is that in the free teach, the activities should be less lazy. And I know the teenagers today are kind of hard to push them to do something. In the free places that there is for them, like free teach, or the social work need to be stronger. The Black girls here, who are their inspiration? Ice Spicy and Cardi B. I'm not saying Cardi B is bad or Nicki Minaj or Ice Spicy, but there is empty content.
Yeah.
They show like if this is easy to have this, just because I'm beautiful and I'm, exotic or whatever. We need to go back more to our roots and show more other kind of influence for the Black girls here. Lauryn Hill was also stylish and she's super beautiful and she has really deep lyrics. And there is a lot. One of the things I can suggest, the adults who have the power or the places, and I know is structural, that even if you are working in a fritids and you want to change something, it can be hard, but still is our task to try to drive them in the good things. I mean, you can twerk and at the same time learn something good. Your representation as a Black girl is not just that you are exotic and you can move really well. You can also be very smart. We have to teach in many more ways. Photography, dance, painting, something, show, representation, different women, different girls, young girls, histories. Because to teach them, you need to show them also other things. And if they just want to play PlayStation, and you just, they just want to play PlayStation, but you too want to play PlayStation. So you are also doing what you want because you're kind of lazy. This become normal every day, 3, 5, 4 years. One fleet is working same way. Where is that the results? All the kids going to social. So actually, I think in Sweden today is a really, really big problem with teenagers. Also with the fritids and with the motet plus where they go. There is a system and everything, but I think this is one of the reasons why we don't have too many young people here wanted to take nothing serious.
Wow.
Thank you. Ni har nu lyssnat på det här avsnittet. Som sagt så kommer vi försöka lägga text och allting, alla begrepp som ni inte har förstått under den här tiden kommer ni också kunna läsa om. Som sagt så är det då på Arena 305 i samarbete med ingen annan än Malmö stad. Och ni har hört Daniel och Talla och Afrik som har varit vår kära gäst. Tack så mycket. Vi ses nästa gång.